Alrighty. It's a cold night tonight. Alrighty, let's get stuck into things. Righto, so last time I was sort of getting close to the end of my visualization and RoboJumper stepped in and rewrote a bunch of my code, which is awfully nice of him, but now I need to see what's going on there. There's a couple of bugs in there that I need to fix. I'll sort them out, and then after that I will be looking into grenades and potentially removing the extra fire actions because it takes an awful lot of time, so I'm going to try and remove those. Anyway, where are those bugs? Alright, add follow shot. So I think the to hit calc is missing here. He sure is. Good. Get rid of that. We don't need that. Where's my hit calc? There we go. I just got a hit calc, which I believe we don't. We have the ability name. Yeah, so this got pulled out during the refactor. We need to put that back in. Where are we? Where's that follow shot? Ah, there we are. Okay, we do that, and we've also got a follow-up ability name, and we've got fire mode in here. That should fix that. And ability manager. B and found. Alright, so they're all out parameters by the looks of it. Yeah, and then they do their thing. The other end. Right. And where did that config come from? I guess it's... right, okay. So it's not config. It's here. When it adds the shot pair, it registers them. No? Yes? Maybe? Oh, yeah. I'm blind. Alright, there it is. Alright, make that longer. Alright, good day. So now we're going to go into some behavior stuff. I want to sort of nix the extra fire actions from anything other than the first shot. Just so that the basics of this work while not having, like if you do a burst of 10 shots, I don't want to see 10 fire actions. Not currently anyway, until we do the animation work. So, let's remove that from the follow shot visualization. So the first thing here is finding the source track and cleaning that up. What we also want to do is then later we want to clean up the what's the word? We want to clean up the target track to remove its weight, because we want all of these sort of damage actions to just sort of fire straight away. So what we're going to do is here we're going to search for fire action. I believe it's fire, X2 action fire. Cool, X2 action fire, fire action. Alright, so that cleans that up. I'm just going to open up Vim a second time because I want to look at the original source. Let's do ability. Alright, wait for ability effect. Yeah. So there's a wait action that's on the target, and that target, we're going to use that target to we're going to use that target track, and we're just going to remove the weight on him by doing that. So wait for effect is an action where weapon fires and like the target will only start its visualization track where it's like sort of doing things. It will only do that in response to actually the shots landing. Then a message gets sent across, so we don't want it to wait for that message. So the first thing we're going to do is, once we've done everything for the source track, and I'll comment that we're doing as such. So we've got source track edits up here, and we've got target track edits here. Okay, so the wait for ability effect, it's not going to be in the target track. Now we're going further down, and we're going to wait for ability effect on the build track for a target, primary target, that's it. So here we've got this thing that's like trying to check out the input context, the source object. And instead what we're going to be doing is using the ability context, input context, primary target, and then object ID. And then once we've found that one, then we can check for the weight and scrub that. So this time we're iterating over and finding oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, so the environment damage has a weight. All of them have weights. So really we should just be scrubbing all of them, shouldn't we? Yeah, just remove weight action from everything. You got it right. Good call. You are right as usual. Alright, so we don't even worry about that. Just iterate for all the tracks. Take the action index, grab a weight action, X2 action, weight for ability effect. Then scrub it out. Oh, I see why this reverses in as well. So this makes sure that it's not incrementing in the wrong direction. I did question whether it was a forward increment or a backwards increment. All right, that won't miss anything. All right, I guess we'll see what happens. Yeah, we'll see how the timing looks for that, and then go from there, I guess. I should have run a build earlier. It's gonna take a little longer for this one. So I guess the other thing is to eventually start playing with cutting up these animations. I won't fart around with that on air. I want to, I want to have a play with that that editing that you mentioned to me, Rover Jumper, in the what's it called, in the X2 editor. Just figure out whether I can do it, because it'll take some time, but it would be nice to have all of those aim animations a lot faster and crisper. So it's just shooting and I don't know. It's just there's so much dead time in the animations right now. It's just, it already takes long enough with four soldiers, let alone the numbers I want to try and put into the tactical going forward. Anyway, see how that goes. Errors, good on. Oops, wrong button. Yes, the rookie can actually shoot at all the miss locations. I do wonder how to reconcile that though, because clearly, like, when it calculates its miss locations, it's maybe that's just when you're really close, because like a lot of that code is native, but it needs to find a miss location that isn't where anyone else is, but then it can still hit things like I've seen, like an Overwatch, and it's missed into a gas tanker right where a soldier has been standing. So there's like it's random, but there's intent in it to make sure it never hits the thing that it's meant to hit, even if it is random. But it means that the mislocations just all end up all over the goddamn place. Anyway, this'll do for now. Assuming it works, of course. Yeah, the problem with that though is maybe that is okay. Like I feel like there's sort of a problem there, and that all the misses then hit a particular location really hard. So all of the sort of environmental damage needs to sort of take that into account. That all the misses will hit that one location, rather than sort of spraying in the general area. But maybe that is enough. Like you'd think automatic fire, you'd be sort of happy for automatic fire to hit all the spaces around that the target, whereas a burst should be like relatively tightly grouped. But anyway, I think that's potentially overthinking at this stage in the game. Oh me. But I guess yes, we're using typical ability build game state, but we could do a wrapper strategy just like we've done with other stuff, and maybe give it a mislocation, update all of those mislocations for any misses. I think it's doable. I don't really want to do it right now, but it is doable. That feels like a polish phase after I just get a game that I can play. I want to get to that first. Let me start on the roof for once. What we got? We got one squad there. Got the captain squad there. So we've probably got we got the other ones just over there. The other squad. Unfortunately got a bit of a no man's land to get through. We'll just wait here. Oh, they got me? Oh no, they didn't. We're still in cover. Alright, let's take some shots. Pretty good odds. Might kill. With a couple of crits anyway. Well, there have been worse visualizations. Yeah, it's fairly quick anyway. That'll do. For a first pass anyway. Not going to be acceptable down the track, but yeah, for a first pass, it's acceptable. We just want to see what a kill looks like, though. Yeah, that looks alright too. Yeah, I mean, like it's. Yeah, no, I'm like breaking concealment. Like that's sort of. I mean, I get that it happens. At least all the other abilities fire before he gets to move, so it's fine. That activate all pods code. I actually like that dynamic where it's like when your turn ends, they all activate and scamper rather than them all scampering on your first red alert. It feels right. And I guess like this is the point where I'm like, okay, what do I think of how the mechanics are playing? Like flanks aren't deadly enough yet, and I don't like that. Yeah, flanks aren't deadly enough, and I think that's something that needs to change. Um, However, like flanks, you shouldn't need like several bursts to manage it. You should be able to. Yeah, cool. They missed. So yeah, you shouldn't need several bursts to manage a flank. It should be more like, all right, you get round there, and if you can get a couple of bursts to hit home, then the damage scaling should be such that you can manage a kill there. Provided you hit, of course. But yeah, at the moment, like you have to roll very high to get a kill that close, which doesn't feel right to me. Don't know if that was us or them. But yeah, thinking about how I want the sort of tactical play to work out, like it feels like everything should be a bit more methodical. Like you should be able to fire and move and not feel like it's a waste of time or ammunition. So you're taking your time, you're working your way, you're making sure that the critical targets are getting at least partially suppressed in some way, shape, or form, or even taking damage if they don't take some sufficient cover. Not enough to kill them, but enough to sort of dissuade them, especially with their incoming fire penalties to stop them from just sitting there and taking shots at you. And that can potentially allow you to move for some sort of a flank. But that needs to be supported with some degree of overwatch that is effective on open targets, and your flanks need to be reliable. If you get a flank, you should be able to kill with with only a few bursts of ammunition. That's the idea anyway. And then you've got grenades, which are a way to control space. So if you've got somewhere where they're overwatching you, or they've got some element of sort of a tactic. What's the best way to say this? If they've got a place where they like that's where they need to be in order to be able to control your movement, you should be able to deny that space to them by using a grenade, because grenades have expanded radius, they're more effective, so they end up actually being useful in those regards, because they're a frag grenade. They've got a decent amount of coverage. They don't nuke the cover, but they will kill anything that hangs around for the explosion. That's the idea anyway. As it stands, because we've only got fire, we can't really control that space as we'd like to. And yeah, like meat shields and all that stuff, the damage isn't high enough yet. So the damage needs to be increased. And then when you're in cover, there needs to be graze chances to sort of account for that. So a flanking move can turn into a large amount of damage, and like general hails of fire are more likely to just become grazes. And then more precise, what's the way to say it? More precise actions, or more precise fire, such as sniper fire, will have its graze chance reduced. So we still use graze, which I mean is a concept that seems like, I don't think it's a purely long war concept. I think it was there from the beginning. Oh, of course it was, yeah. It was a concept there from the beginning. The long war just made it more available to things other than the Vipers. I can't even remember what else got grazes or dodges. But either way, yeah, we take that graze mechanic and we make it a function of cover, and the ability to take center of mass shots rather than cover shots, which clearly aren't center of mass shots because the target's behind cover. Anyway, that's enough bagging about that. So that's sort of where I want this balance of fire to move, but I need explosives to sort of sort this out before I start really worrying about what my numbers are going to tune like. So let's jump on out. We'll commit this. So remove and fire actions from all subsequent shots in burst plus auto to resolve the visualization and get back to the action. Right, she done. So tonight might be more reading and talking about the concept than actually implementing. We'll see what grenade. So we want grenade, common. X2 ability grenades. Right, we've got throw grenade, launch grenade, proximity mine, detonation, and then we've got grenades as actual equipment. Oops, that doesn't work at all. Anyway, getting warmer now that I'm getting excited chatting about concepts and stuff like that. Anyway, so we've got grenades as items. That's right. Kills my Vim. It does. Oopsie daisy. Alright, I'm gonna have to kill that. Let's start again. Grenades, abilities, and I guess we'll grab Atom and use that to open up X2 ability. X2 item grenades. Anyway, let's have a look around. Use thrown grenade effects. Hide weapon during fire. So I imagine a lot of these templates, yeah, we've got a particular camera type. We've got Adam losing itself over there. Most unfortunate. Just want a text editor that works, folks. Right, where do I want to go? Just give me one moment. I'm just doing some, just grabbing what I need off screen. So I want next to item. Default grenades, that'll do. Open with Notepad. The most luxurious of editors. Alright, so I just really want to see what the makeup of these things is. So I can sort of make some decisions about what I'm going to do with it all. I've got a frag grenade. So a lot of it's config controlled, that's great. Cover grenade, frag grenade, and grenade fuse. Which grenade fuse ability I believe is, that would be the ability that's triggered when someone does a fuse ability, the side ability fuse to blow up grenades. We've got some high def research, and we've got weapon damage effect, which is this particular weapon. So all of that comes from all of this malarkey here. UI stat markup works for me. Okay, so having done all that, so seeing that this is the weapon, ideally we should be able to do our delayed effect grenades without touching this stuff. And in fact, we'll be depending on X2 ability to do all that business. Put that over there and we'll close you. Alright. Twitch seems to think I'm offline, but then I have stream health, so strongly fires against doing it the Codex way. Alright, Robo Jumper. I will not do it the Codex way. I will look at how they did it just to understand it, but I'll try not to do it. I'm assuming they actually have two stages. What is it? So yeah, Psy-Bomb stage 1 ability, Psy-Bomb stage 2 ability. Yeah. But yeah, proxy mines would be better, wouldn't they? Because they'd be like an event. Lo and behold, we're looking at events right there. Proxy mine effect. Oh, I see. So X2 effect proximity mine. So that means it's waiting for something, and then that triggers something. So yeah, we sort of do it like that. Sounds good to me, but let's look more into how the proximity mine works. Because that's really all we're doing. We're just putting it on a timer rather than on a movement basis. So we don't even need to register for movement events. We just need to say, wait X amount of turns, and then once it's good to go, it triggers. Yeah, alright. Yeah, of course. So with effects, you end up with a lot tighter loop because you only got one ability, so you don't have to do any of like all that bookkeeping. Is sort of becomes moot. I see. Ability activated. X2 effect persistent. Alright, so I guess I have a concern here, which is that they've decided to hard code proximity into here, have they? Oh, no, that's the listener. Okay, so we can make that a static and we can get away with that, that's fine. Okay. So that listens for movement and then determines whether it needs to detonate proxy mine. If location match, so detonate proximity mine. Is this, which doesn't seem too complicated. Alright, so it just takes the action, the ability object ref, and kicks off. Yeah, alright. That seems pretty straightforward. So when it gets created, we would just register to listen for a particular turn, wouldn't we? And that's short of it, I guess. Alright. I am aware that I'm oversimplifying it when I talk about this. I can imagine how it comes together and then I'll figure it out as I go along. And I'm sure you'll be there to correct me if I make a mistake, which I will, because I probably will. Right. So yeah, that's not the same thing, but that's fine. We can figure that out. So we want a skill where we can throw a grenade, couple that with an effect that has a turn delay. And then, couple that with a turn delay. And then that's the bulk of it. It's like a proximity mine, except it sits around. So pretty much all the stuff that would be the proximity mine effect it's exactly the same, except instead of being triggered based on object moved, it's being triggered based on object move, it's being triggered based on the effect, based on the player turn begin. Yeah, player turn begun, or something like that. Okay, so we want one of them. We want X2 ability grenades. We're going to have a few things in here because we want to cover throwing grenades, cooking grenades, and throwing cooked grenades, which would, I guess, need a condition where you've activated an ability in the last turn, and something's going to happen now. And potentially the other thing to happen there is that when someone who's cooked a grenade falls over, dies, gets knocked unconscious or whatever, the grenade drops, and then that needs to be part of it as well. Right. Okay. Just need to check in on something, and I will be right back. Yeah. And then I guess we'll try and sort out something where we just got a delayed fuse. What time is it? Oh my gosh, it's late. We'll see how far we can get in 30 minutes. If we can get something basic working, then we'll go from there. Alright, I'll be right back. Alright. Time to do things. Alright. Ticking grenade. We will essentially just steal proximity mine and use a different event handler, I think. Done. Job done. Default persistent particles, alright, I'll go have to figure out what that is. Or go find out what that is, rather, I meant to say. So I might just open another Vim and go do that. Game data. I edit anyway. So what are we looking for? We're looking for persistent particles for the proximity mine. Oops. Alright, small unit tactics.ini. Alright, small unit tactics. Okay, got that. Move config over to small unit tactics. So we're going to be doing something different there. Making use of the object moved, except we're just going to activate the thing, call it done. Alright, next up, we are going to grab throw grenades. Or rather grenades. Okay. This is unfortunate. Maybe not. We're not leveraging game data as much. Proxy mine detonation ability name. Proxy mine explosion. Okay. We've got small unit tactics, X2 ability grenades. So we've got proxy mine detonation and grenade fuse. Grenade fuse can probably stay as it was. So we're just looking at replacing throw grenade and launch grenade. And we're not really replacing them so much as we're your grenade fuse. Yep, can just avoid worrying about you. So instead, we're going to have an SUT throw grenade, an SUT launch grenade, and an SUT detonate grenade. By the looks of it. If I make mistakes, I shall rectify them as soon as possible, but for the moment I'm just going to do this. I guess they do this because they're expecting a bunch of places to make use of it, so detonate the grenade ability name. detonate grenade ability name. So I just want to make it easy for other files to get a hold of it. Whoops. SUT detonate grenade. So yeah, we'll worry about cooking later. Not doing no cooking right now. Proxy mine detonation. Is it detonate grenade in the function name? Yeah. Verb thing. Detonate grenade. I must say it's very liberating to be able to choose that you have an objective, but then also choose not to like say a particular amount of time that you're going to spend getting to that objective, and not like mandatory to not do anything more than that. It sounds trivial, but it makes a huge difference to my state of mind in terms of, well, I can just get into this knowing that it's no big deal, no skin off my nose if I don't get all the way there. Whereas sometimes there's this sort of this impetus to sort of just keep going no matter what, and I think it's sometimes actively harmful to how I think about stuff. Yeah, I don't know what I'm trying to say there, but either way, proxy mine explosion. This feels like a problem. Like this effect should actually be based off the grenade that's used. But I'm not gonna worry about it right now, I don't think. Yeah, let me just pull up game data again. Alright, what am I looking for? Proximity mine explosion. Alright. Tactics, X2 ability, grenades. Done. Alright. Proximity mine explosion. Detonate grenade explosion. That's it. Okay. Oh, interesting. I should probably keep that, because even if it doesn't explode on turn, it still explodes, and I want to leverage that at least a little bit. So rather than using the proximity mine effect, and to a degree we can probably keep the proximity mine condition, target conditions. Oh, okay, proximity mine effect. Okay. Yeah, so we can potentially just add an effect for all the other grenades. Let me see X2 condition, ability source weapon. I wonder if it's got an exclusion clause. Once reload, match grenade type. Okay, we have an inverse of a condition. Oh, let's stuff it. I'm just gonna crack on and see if I can get things working without worrying about proximity mine effects just yet. So hide the proximity mine stuff, and we'll give our own. So now we're going to go for a local X2, sorry, small unit tactics. Effect, ticking grenade. That's the one. Just add it to launch grenade, even though I'm not going to get into launching just yet. Alright, give me you. Now what do I do? I've got to build a weapon manager. So it's going to strip all the throw grenades and the launch grenades. Yeah, all the throw grenades at the very least. Yeah, all the throw grenades go and get replaced with an SUT. So I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that, yeah, so we've got throw grenade on the grenade. So we need to get the grenade, which is a data template for item, weapon, X2, item. What do they actually coerce to? They're data templates, but they're actually grenade templates, right, okay. Alright, so what are we adding to fuse grenades? We'll add frag grenade and flashbang grenade for now, which will at least get us our basic testing. I can come up with a better name for this later. Alright. Config array name. Timed grenades. Arr. There we go. Alright, what else do we need? We need a function to iterate over them and do the needful. going to call it that for now, even though it's not getting a grenade profile or anything like that. Local name, grenade name. Alright, we want to do that. We want to get timed grenades. Got the grenade name. Item template.length has been reduced. We want a grenade template here instead. Find that all difficulties grenade name. Shove them into item templates. Turn them into a grenade template. Alrighty, kill all this, we don't need it. Remove that. So we're going to remove the standard throw grenade and add in SUT throw grenade. I wonder if proximity mines add its ability. Proximity mine. Sorry, I'm just off screen here, finding out whether it adds. Does indeed. You can see it right there. Oop, that was odd. Alright, so we want to, for all of them, we want to add our detonation effect. Hell, let's even with ticking grenade, we'll even make it like a proximity mine just to start off with, just to verify that this all sort of plums together, even though it's not obviously correct yet. There'll probably be something hard coded in the actual effect game state proximity mine listener that'll probably mess this up, but let's just not be dissuaded. We'll crash the game. Or die trying. Okay, where are we getting this from? We're getting this from Small Unit Tactics X2 ability grenades. Which has been incorrectly entered up here. Grenades, and then we've got to go default dot detonate grenade ability name. Okay, I guess we can do that, and then we can look for the localization to see if we can get things right there. So XCOM2.int. Alright. SUT throw grenade, that will do. What else do I need right now? I got all this. Throw, launch and detonate. Yeah, let's just see if it compiles. It's late. Yeah, I've got 10 minutes to go, so I should probably get a wriggle on. Okay, so I want ticking grenade in there, and I want small unit tactics ability grenades. That should be sufficient. What was that? I don't care about that. Alright, let's save all. Let's start debugging, and let's watch our compile crash, and then figure out what we're going to fix, because I missed something, surely. Sure did. Alright, weapon manager 214. Weapon template. I'm an idiot. Alright, grenade template. What else did I do wrong? Proximity mine, detonation ability, and grenade. Alright. Well, that worked. We'll see what things look like now. This will probably be my only run. I'll try and run this, see what happens. Make some sort of guesstimations as to what I'll do next time, and then I'll wrap it up. Yeah. Alright. Throw frag grenade. Oh no! Oh no! So we don't get the effect. What happens if I do this? It explodes. More is yet to be done. Oh, I'm an idiot. We'll do one more run. Because I forgot to put grenade profiles into Xcode downloadable content, which means it won't do a thing. Okie dokie. Alright, this will be my last run of it. did I even use the listener manager for? Was I literally just trying to demonstrate how it works? yeah. Jump into the hit chance, which we will eventually end up working for. So that's fine, I guess. Alrighty, off we go. We still might have an issue with what's it called, localization being that throw grenade, because clearly something is overriding that rather than letting the throw grenade thing do its thing, because it's different for, I guess it's different for every grenade type. I have to look into that. Anyway, guess we'll blow concealment straight away. We should push concealment back to the detonate effect. Throwing grenades are like a non-hostile act. It's only becomes hostile once it detonates. No, we'll keep it hostile and we change the rules. All right. Oop. Okay. That's interesting. Does that mean we'll get a second explosion if something walks through it? I love that effect though. It's beautiful. But. Sectoid but. Thanks for that. That's an interesting choice. One that I didn't intend to make. Alright, let's do a bunch of shooting. Whoa. Oh, we can't. Alright. Never mind. Blow up some civvies. No quarter given for collaborators. Alrighty. Alright, it didn't move into the space. I was going to shoot. That guy's bait. Okay, so the grenades, the proximity effect didn't trigger. So I've got more to do there. Alright, everyone's freaking out. Lay down fire. I wonder if you get the benefit of the cover afterwards. Maybe not. Either way, he did. Because that would make automatic fire awfully strong. Alright, anyway. Let's can this. I don't really have time to just sit around. Can't stand around on ceremony, gentlemen. Okay, grenade can affect interactable objects and others. Where does the damage come in? A multi-target radius. Because the ticking grenade effect did go down, but the grenade didn't immediately trigger. And I'm wondering whether there's a delay thing in the actual grenade definition. Yeah, so we've got ability icon override, which is nice, because this is probably where the localization override comes in, somewhere here. Thrown grenade effects. Okay, here we go. So thrown grenade effects, stun effect, all these effects. Oopsie daisy. That's kind of unfortunate because it means that we need to make sure that the thrown grenade effects don't get applied when the grenade goes down. So let's have a poke around thrown grenade effects. So this is the source of our problem because proximity grenade does not have thrown grenade effects. We need to figure out how to apply thrown grenade effects when we choose to, not when I imagine it might be typical ability, game state, building, function, whatever it's called. Ability template, use thrown grenade effects. Okay, it's here too. Oh, that's interesting too, because that means... So this is the fill out game state, yep. Launch grenade effects, thrown grenade effects. Helped thrown grenade effects. Thrown grenade. Use thrown grenade effects, and then we have launch grenade effects down here. Launch grenade effects, and then in addition to that, what do we got down here? And then we have a proximity grenade. So what we really want to do, I guess, is we want thrown grenade effects to be activated on So throw grenade and launch grenade will both have their grenade effects removed, and then after that we apply them to detonate grenade instead, and we apply them right where it is. That feels like the game state way to deal with it. So we remove thrown grenade effects. Alright, I just want to test this so that I'm not thinking about it all night. False. Okay, so let's just try and run that. So we're going to have thrown grenade effects turned off. And the theory is that by turning thrown grenade effects off, we will end up with a grenade that ends up with that proximity bloop, 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 bloop. Nothing will happen because the event handlers aren't working correctly, but that's fine. We can sort that out next run. Come on now. Alright. For all that. Alright, we've got our localization there, which is nice. I guess thrown grenade effects maybe has an effect on that. Either way. Throw that thing. Throwing the grenade. Explosion. I want to check if that actually hurts anything, because it looks like it didn't actually hurt anyone. Like if I throw it like this, will it damage us? Nope, not at all. Okay, so that's a visualization thing, not an actual genuine damage thing. So we probably should be able to figure out a way around that. And this visualization will need to change as well, but either way, we'll get across that. Okie dokie, that'll do it for me today. Yes, it will. And we'll be back working on grenades, I guess. Anyway, till next time. Thanks for watching. Catch you around.